you're going to fail, and 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 then you're going to win. And that's life. Life without those challenges, it's just existence. Don't just exist. Go live. Eventually, inaction will cost you. But your default setting should be, I'm going to do something. Just get up, move towards that challenge, and go attack it. Go do something that's hard.
Struggle sucks.
Depends on how you frame it.
Most people, half of what they thought today is the same things they thought yesterday. About themselves, about their life, about their business. That's why most people's lives don't change very much. But if you wake up and you start realizing, I'm living in a home, an emotional home I don't want, you can change it. See, because everybody's got it. If you got $1 billion, check this out. If you had $1 billion, but the habitual emotions you go back to are frustrated and pissed off, then your life is called frustrated and pissed off. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Write this down, please. The quality of my life is the quality of my habitual emotions. The quality of my entire life is nothing but the quality of my habitual emotions. Whatever habits of emotion, wherever my emotional home is, I will find a way to get back there. And until I change that, I'm going to have a problem. How many of you see people in some part of the world, in my country, for example, you'll see this in the middle of America where there's certain places that have cyclones all the time. Or maybe down in New Orleans or places where every few years you get a huge storm that wipes out everybody right on the coast there. But then 2 years later, it happens again. They rebuild, it happens again. How many have ever thought to yourself, why don't these people move?
People overcomplicate the idea of winning, especially when it comes to business, because it's such unfamiliar territory for most people. Most people who come from winning, you know, they've experienced a little bit of winning in sports, or they've experienced a little bit of winning in school, but they may not have the proximity to witness how to win in business. And that seems a little bit magical to people when they haven't actually touched it or seen it or been around it. But what I can tell you, bro, is that whatever method we decide, it's going to come down to the same thing. Okay, it's going to come down to breaking the big goal into little bitty goals, into daily critical tasks that we execute over the course of time. And while some people may say let go of, you know, the idea of the big picture, I don't necessarily buy into that. I think it's important to keep the big picture in mind, to highly desire the win, and then to break the actions down into daily critical tasks, and then understand that, and this is the hard part for people, bro, people have a hard time understanding that you have to have faith in the actual process. And what I mean by that is this: when you start out at, you know, trying to win in business and you don't have much experience, when we break down the overall mission into critical tasks, it sometimes is hard for us to believe that those critical tasks are going to compound and produce the end result that we're after. And so in the beginning, we have to have a little bit of faith and make sure that we keep executing over and over and over again at a daily level. And as that happens, and as you do that enough, you will start to see little glimmers and little sparkles of the outcome that you desire. All right. And what that does is that reinforces the belief that you are on the right track, which gives you even more faith to continue to execute. And then you execute some more, a little bit more, and then you have another glimmer or sparkle of outcome. And that's how the process works. And once you do enough of the work on the daily basis, it will become very obvious to you that the outcome is likely to happen.
If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline. Move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're going to be more prepared for, because we're going to have wins, we're going to have losses, we're going to have successes, we're going to have failures, we're going to have good nights, we're going to have bad nights, we're going to have good relationships, we're going to have bad relationships, we're going to have good ideas and bad ideas, we're going to make money, we're going to lose money. All these things are going to happen. And if you oscillate emotionally up and down drastically, it's going to be problematic. Embrace those emotions, but don't let those emotions embrace you. Keep pushing through things that suck. This is a very difficult thing to do because it hurts.
Wouldn't it be nice to upgrade your home, your emotional home where you live? What if you could live every day with a vast majority of the emotions you had were joy and gratitude and love and appreciation, even when somebody does something unjust, compassion, playfulness? What would that feel like if you were in those states every day, 99% of the time when you weren't, you got out of it quick?
I'm going to go forward. I'm not going to quit, so I'm going to go forward. Bring it on. When you talk to people that went to SEAL training that didn't make it, most of the time, it's some reason. There's a medical reason, there's a family problem, There's very few people that look at you and say, oh, I quit because it sucked, which is what happens to the vast majority of people. The vast majority of people that don't make it through SEAL training, they didn't make it through because they quit. Your excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you if you let them. When your excuses make you feel a little bit better about the fact that you didn't execute on what you needed to execute on, then they can make you feel better, but they're not helping you. They're not helping you at all. This went wrong. This failed. Didn't accomplish this. And it's not the fault of my boss. It's not the fault of my girlfriend. It's not the fault of my parents. It's not the fault of the weather. It's my fault. And I'm going to take ownership of it and I'm going to fix it. That's what extreme ownership is. Because when you look around at your life and you look around at your job and your financial situation and your relationship and your physical health, and when you look at all those things, and all the problems that you may have with those things, and you say, the reason I have all of those problems is because of me, that can hurt, that can sting. And a lot of times our ego rejects that and makes excuses and lies. And then we don't have to change anything. And then nothing changes. When the excuses all go away and people can actually confront the fact that this is all because of me, it hurts, but is also unbelievably empowering, because the more discipline you have in your life, the more freedom you will end up with.
Now, me just being focused on that outcome doesn't create it unless I'm breaking it down into actionable, critical tasks that I execute on a daily basis. Don't worry about the end result, worry about the daily actions. And that's accurate. That's not how I personally do it. I personally love to think and dream and focus on what I'm building and what I'm creating and how it's going to look, how it's going to feel. I'm obsessed with it. I love that part of it, but I could totally understand where some people need to set the outcome, break the plan down, focus all of their intentions on the daily tasks, and sort of let go of the pressure of needing to create that big thing, especially in the beginning, right? Like when you're starting out on day one, bro, and you're 10 years away from where you want to be, it can be highly demoralizing day in and day out if you're that focused on it, if you don't have the trust and the belief and the faith that your actions are going to pan out. So I don't think there's a wrong way to do that, as long as you're breaking it down into critical tasks and executing on a daily basis. That's the only way that anybody wins. The only way that anything's been created that's worth mentioning, whether it be a championship sports team, whether it be an amazing business, whether it be an amazing life, whether it be climbing Mount Everest, it doesn't matter. Anything that is worth mentioning, that is a high achievers type goal, which is what you're after, is going to take, the day in, day out execution and the focus on the actions.
There's a lot of men struggling right now. Every human faces challenges, and you don't know what they've been through. Suppressing them isn't going to help, and nor is letting them run your life. Because you're sad, now you're going to make a bunch of bad decisions because you're sad. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're sad. Okay. You get emotional sometimes? Okay. Got it. Now, get control of your emotions and carry on with your life. And sometimes you're going to get hit with those waves, and that's okay. Oh, I'm having an emotional moment right now. There's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. The other extreme is, I'm letting my emotions run my life and I'm making a bunch of bad decisions. And my excuse is, I lost some friends, or I had this traumatic experience happen to me. That's why I'm doing. That's just an excuse. And it's a very easy excuse. Guess what? It's time to carry on. Remember, don't dwell. I'm in control. This is my life. If you are in the problem, you won't see the solution to the problem. Take a step back, detach from the chaos, detach from the mayhem, detach from your emotions, detach from your ego, and be able to assess the best way to execute. That is the job of a leader. If you take any trait of a human being and you take it to an extreme, masculine or feminine or otherwise, you take it to an extreme, it's going to be a problem. Is it good to have no emotions whatsoever? No, that's called a sociopath. Is it good to let your emotions run your life and make your decisions based on your emotions? No, that's not good either. What do we want to be as a human, as a man? We want to be balanced. It's much easier to be extreme. It's much easier to say, no emotions, cool, and turn them off. That's easier. Or total emotion mayhem, that's easier. It's harder to find balance. It's harder to find balance in business. It's harder to find balance in life. It's hard to find balance. But you have to be balanced, because what I want is for the team to win. So be balanced. You're going to be okay.